What's up, guys? This is Dave from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, September 16th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video, hit that red subscribe button, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. Okay, guys, we have a solid slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Paul Skeens. He's got a fantastic dash rank of 100, and he's pitching against the 27th worst batting team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, Paul Skeens is giving up a .195 batting average versus the Cardinals. He threw 41 pitches against them and only gave up 8 hits. He has an excellent ERA of 2.10 and averages 101 pitches per game. Ownership percentage isn't available, but expect high confidence from the field due to his 24 fantasy points per game. So I like Paul Skeens here versus the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, let's take a look at the catcher position. So I like Salvador Perez from the Kansas City Royals. He's got a dash rank of 48 and is going up against the Detroit Tigers. Salvador Perez is averaging 7 fantasy points per game, and last game he scored 3 fantasy points. While he doesn't have any notable advantage stats against the current pitcher, he's a solid fantasy producer with 27 home runs on the season. Ownership is at 7%, so he might go under the radar. So I like Salvador Perez here versus the Detroit Tigers. Okay, let's take a look at the first base position. So I like Bryce Harper. He's got a dash rank of 100 and a 700% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher from the Milwaukee Brewers. Bryce Harper bats .915 OPS versus righty pitchers, which is fantastic. He's coming off a game with 2 fantasy points, but had a 30-point explosion 2 games ago. With an 8% ownership rate, he's a solid pick. So I like Bryce Harper here versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Before I continue with the picks, remember you can try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself by clicking the link in the description of this video. Okay, back to the picks. Let's take a look at the second base position. Brendan Donovan from the St. Louis Cardinals has caught my eye. He's got a dash rank of 54 and is batting against Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Donovan has a 3,000% batting advantage, batting .827 OPS versus righties. He's 1 for 5 against Skeens, but Donovan's ownership is at 13%, making him an interesting pick despite the matchup. So, I like Brendan Donovan here versus Paul Skeens. On to the third base position. Jose Tena from the Washington Nationals has a dash rank of 68 and is facing the New York Mets. He's a value play to consider despite an overall lower advantage ranking. Ownership is at 9%, and he's been consistent, scoring 3, 24, and 9 fantasy points in his last 3 games. His batting average is .304 and might just be the salary saver you're looking for. So I like Jose Tena here versus the New York Mets. Now let's take a look at the shortstop position. Bobby Witt Jr. is your guy. With a dash rank of 99 and going up against the Detroit Tigers, he's been on fire. Witt Jr. has a .331 batting average and 31 home runs this season. Ownership is at 16% and he's averaging 10 fantasy points per game. So I like Bobby Witt Jr. here versus the Detroit Tigers. Finally, let's finish strong with the outfield position. Brent Rooker from the Oakland Athletics is a solid pick. He has a dash rank of 100 and is facing the Chicago Cubs. With a .301 batting average and 37 home runs this season, he's in great form. His ownership is at 17% with recent scores of 16, 15, and 10 fantasy points. So I like Brent Rooker here versus the Chicago Cubs. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to DraftDashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.